Welcome back, everyone. We are doing a follow-up video on Bitcoin and Ethereum as well as Dixie. If you guys have not seen these videos in the past, please feel free to search my YouTube channel for the old videos. That way you are aware of what's going on. I am not going to draw on these charts. I'm going to try my hardest not to draw on them. I'm going to do only naked TA because all the other stuff is for the members in the Discord server. So starting off on the weekly time frame, I want to show you Bitcoin. As you can see, this was the local high, local low. We're back now after a new high, all-time high. We are just consolidating. One thing I can tell you is we've already chopped around in this consolidation, and this order block is pretty much set. And now you can wait for either two things. One, either we take out the liquidity at the top and do a swing failure pattern and come back and reconsolidate in this order block. Two would be not to take a swing failure pattern of the liquidity of the top and just do this doji that we just had last week. We are swing failure pattern that doji, as in today we take a top. Today after the daily close, we start rolling over. And then into the midweek, we come and test into around 62,500 and decide, hey, is this week going to hold sideways support? Or are we going to take 62.5 out and then go sweep the liquidity lower into the low 50s where there still is a CME gap at Bitcoin? Okay? Quick peek. Here's your gap. All right, so all these people today, if you're watching this pug, I saw Crown say gaps are for you know what, but Crown himself, I promise you, is not straddle, but he's hedged. There's no way Crown is just 100% long. I promise you, with all the money in my account, that he has some sort of hedge where even if the thing dumps, he's going to show everyone in his next video that he's making money because he sold calls and bought puts and whatever he's doing with his options hedging. Okay, that's all I want you to understand. Crown trades one per position, but he's always got his self covered in options. So yeah. Anyway, for people not to think this doesn't hit, that's fine. In the time that I've watched CME in crypto, they've always hit. It's just a matter of when. Okay, and this is what I was saying in yesterday's video. I am not trading. When I'm trading, I'm not looking at time as a factor. Yes, it could be a factor as to, oh, market is opening, market is closing, or data is dropping, like payroll, CPI, FOMC. You know, those time instances I understand, like the impulse coming in, volume coming in around those data points. But what I have come to understand is that all that matters in trading is premium, discount, and the reaction of price around those levels. So what I want to show you is with that concept, here's discount, here's premium. We're near premium. Anyone buying here is buying at the top dollar. Now, institutional buyers, are they buying above price or are they buying discount or fair price? And that's all you need to have logic, common sense. This is a weekly candle. I know you only want to trade within a 5-minute or 1-minute candle, but you have all week. You have 4 more days and 11 hours to see if this is going to be the swing failure top on a weekly candle close. Your volume is great for the buys, but if all those buyers stop on this candle, you will see a large reverse because all this buying volume either filled a short or it's allowing someone who wants to cash out to sell and not cause a big splash in the markets. But a multi-billion-dollar sell order right now is only possible because of the buyers all aping in right now. If he was to sell over here with his multi-billion-dollar order, you would see a capitulation, and probably these guys have stopped doing this. Okay, this used to be a normal thing 5 years ago. This has stopped because they don't want to push market participants out the way I'm out. You know, I'm not an investor, I'm a trader. So I trade on my levels. I'm not investing in Bitcoin being the currency of the future and savior of the financial currency system globally. That's not what I'm here for anymore. Okay? If it was like that, we wouldn't have incorporated into traditional finance the way we have, where the people who already have all the money now can do whatever they want with this asset because they already control currency. They print money on a daily basis with their businesses and their whatever is going on. So yeah, this is not a retail thing. This is not like this. In my opinion, this is not the savior of the people anymore. All right, done with my rant. Like I said, you're in. You're basically, this was your price discovery. Okay, once you crossed above, what is this, 70,000, you went into price discovery, and everyone in the world said above 70,000 is too much. Now every retail dreamer hoper is looking for 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, right? But the institutions themselves, the people who actually have the money, decided, hey, it's not worth the risk of putting in my cash, which everyone wants. They want to take their Bitcoin at 70,000 and go to 2 million per coin and sell it for $1. Okay? They're not holding the Bitcoin. You're eventually going to sell your Bitcoin for your Maserati, Lamborghini, whatever the heck you're trying to get. Okay? So just keep that in your mind and just be realistic with your investing hopes and dreams. If you're looking for 10x in 10 minutes, it's not going to happen. It's going to take 10 years. I've been trading Bitcoin for over 10 years now, and I'm still waiting for 100K to break, okay? All you other investors who've held Ripple for like 10 years, you're expecting it to go to $10,000 per Ripple when it's still under 60 cents. What is it at right now? Just just a little reality slap, man. 60 cents, 61 cents. And go back to my Ripple videos. How many days have we gone and consolidated between 62 or whatever and 57? Just quick. I'm going to just quickly go here just so you guys see. Because we've made these videos already. You could have traded this Ripple how many times? Up and down, up and down, up and down. From 47 cents to 63 cents is all it's been doing. And just a warning for all you guys who are watching this, that's a doji, okay? That's a weekly doji. You are testing the weekly doji out this week. If you cannot get above 63 and close above 63 on XRP, this weekly doji, close, next week you will go down. You will go back to 51 cents and you will cry that you didn't take the profit 10 cents, 13 cents more than where you're at over here, fighting 52 cents, going like, oh, are we going to dump now to 28 or not? So that's my secondary rant right there, out of the way. Let me turn off my drawings. Okay, I don't want you guys to get influenced by all my doodles. That's why I have them off. If you guys see them, you're going to be like, oh, this and that. There's reasoning and logic behind everything I'm doing, and that's why it's like, if you want deeper dive, come to the Discord server. We can debate. I don't got 10 minutes to show you my grand plan and scheme of my trading game plan of how I'm gonna survive the next dump that's coming. That's basically what I'm saying. This is good for upside continuation. Is the upside continuation going to steal liquidity and roll over? That's what you got to find out. We're going to find out sooner or later. And then keep in mind that anyone trying to give you like crazy numbers, unless they're giving you numbers off of like a fib pool, and then they're like, oh, this is the extension, or they're like, hey, this is an order block, right? From, let's just say this bottom, 49.6 to the top of 69.70, right? 49.56. So that's $20,000. So from 70,000, I would only look for $20,000 higher. So around $90,000, I would be looking for the next consolidational top. Okay, the next pit stop fight. So anyone who's going from here like, oh, 5,000, 500,000, or 10 million or whatever, they are not giving you realistic technical analysis. They are just pulling numbers out of their behind. That's not how you trade. I can tell you right here from this order block, yes, it's extremely possible and logical to get to 90,000. Yes, it's extremely possible and logical to go back to 39, 40,000 to test where we originally got out of. But before you go all the way down there, the market will warn you at 52,000. That's why we had this little buy up right here. If you roll back over, because look, this is a high, this is the lower high. Technically, if this doji does what it's supposed to, and we swing failure pattern on this weekly candle, this will be the third lower high, looking for you to go in what do you call it? Parallel channel, descending parallel channel, and this will be the third high, and you do a head and shoulder here, and this arm will come sweeping down looking for support. It will probably stop over here around 60,000 once, do a dead cat bounce to 63.65, and then come back down and take all the liquidity under these wicks into this order block right here near the wick, this wick over here. So this line right here is extremely, extremely important, this $50,000 line, because that's where the money is sitting, thinking it's safe, okay? So that's my logic on Bitcoin. I hope that helps. Good luck to you. This week, if anyone stops buying, you will see that rollover. You can even check on, I gave you daily, right? I mean, I gave you weekly. Here's your daily time frame. Volume on the weekend was starting to slow down. You had some good stuff on Saturday. Sunday slowed down. Today's Monday. Today, Monday, if you into New York Open, if you get that impulse, great. But after an hour, if you see weakness, I'm warning you right now, an hour or two after New York Open, if you see weakness, take your hedge, do whatever you got to do. If the rollover occurs, don't get trapped with everyone else FOMOing in at the top like I showed you at weekly. We're at the top. There's no reason to be chasing unless it's a breakout trade you're trying to take. If you take that breakout trade, you better make sure it's above the last high and then you have your stop loss underneath in case it's a swing failure pattern and rolls right over, you don't just get trapped, okay, in a long on the top when we're going all the way back down. I don't want that for you. That's the whole reason I'm making this video. So you could go on a daily and you could wait. Hey, Monday, is Monday going to be the weekly top? I don't know. Is Tuesday? I don't know. Is Wednesday? I don't know. But what does everyone freaking say? Midweek reversal, right? Everyone is euphoric from Friday's 700 point up close on the markets after a dump a day before, right? So right now, people are in like euphoric, excited, and hyped, and they're buying tops. This is the perfect time for someone who's more patient and man, what do you say it? Patient and like who is a proper technical trader. They're all waiting for that swing failure pattern to dump. You know, Daniel from Chart Champions, that's his like favorite trade is the swing failure pattern trade. After telling everyone, yeah, long, we're gonna go to the moon, it does a pump impulse. He's shorting into the impulse, and then the dumps, and the next day he's like, "This is why I shorted." So, don't listen to these YouTubers. Just do what you think is right off of a simple TA. All that extra stuff is unnecessary. That's when you start making stupid trades. Is when you overanalyze. So here's ETH. Now we're done with Bitcoin. I showed you a little bit of Ripple. Now here's ETH. Okay. You saw how nice Bitcoin was at the top, right? And here's ETH. So quick flash. Bitcoin at the top. ETH, not so much. And actually, last week was actually a distributive bearish engulfing candle showing you three lower highs. This week, you're going to be fighting this level right here, which is 34.20. Until you get a 4-hour opening and close above 34.20, everything in my eyes is going to just look for lower. You already had a large selling off candle. This week, you could have your dead cat bounce, aka dead cat bounce into 34.20. And you could even go all the way to 35, okay? Not 36, but 35-ish, because 3,500 is a weekly resistance level. I think this is it, marking it right here. Yeah, 35. Then 36. So basically, every $100, we're going to be fighting Ethereum, because you got $100 levels of resistances. Here is it on the daily. You can see this was a bearish order block. This was a bearish order block, sell-off. Bearish order block, a sell-off. You're coming to test the dead cat. Sell-off, test dead cat, continuation. Sell-off, test dead cat, continuation, dead cat, continuation, dead cat, continuation, okay? Unless you have liquidity come and take above, it's just a descending channel in a bull flag formation. You squeeze everyone and short squeeze them out. You squeeze everyone in a short squeeze fashion after you panicked everyone, and then took all their liquidity. These sharp moves like this is always like a trap, in my opinion. Look, you're setting up one more sharp move right here. Now, does this sharp move, impulse up, take out the liquidity above 35 is the main thing. 3,500, if you have open and closes above 3,500, I will close my short and I'll probably flip long with the stop loss at 3,450, because 3,500 to 3,800 is the next move. And why we're saying from 35 to 38 is the next level of resistance is because Bitcoin already showed you that it's doing it, right? Look, Bitcoin's already coming to test back into that dead cat. You have about, what is this, 34, 35, 36. You have like $400 potential impulse coming for you to take. And here's an example. So you did this little order block, you swept the liquidity to the downside, and then what you do, you took the liquidity out of everyone who shorted, and then you rolled over. So all this liquidity that's over here, right? The goal would be first to take all of it out, come to like 36, and then roll back on over and take all the liquidity out if you're going to go fill the Bitcoin CME gap. ETH gap is filled and done and over. So if anything, if ETH can get above 35, that's the first sign that, hey, Bitcoin's move up is not a trap trick, whatever. It can be continuation. Now you have to keep an eye on Bitcoin at near 70 and above. If Bitcoin continues above 70 and you get ETH above 35, the next logical thing would be ETH going from 35 to 38, and then eventually above the 4150 area or 4100 where we got our resistance. And that's like, 2-3 weeks away. Now, all of this stuff that we just went over more than likely will play out to the upside if the Fed cuts rates. And the first meeting they get to do that is in the end of July. And if they do it in July, I'll say, hey, August is not going to be a bearish month. August will be a bullish month. October might be a rollover. And if they don't cut in end of this month, July, basically Wednesday, if they're not cutting Wednesday, then we should be looking for people trying to price in the cut in August, because it's like 100% likelihood that they're going to cut. Like markets are pricing it in. That's why we're going up the way we are. When they don't cut in July, you might get that negative reaction because the market has to punish the Fed to force them to cut. Otherwise, why would they cut when markets and everything are up at top? They have no reason to. So market will force that cut, and that's when the dump situations come in. After the cut, it should reverse. Don't FUD yourself out of the market. Just have in your mind right now the one thing that, hey, once the Fed cuts rates, free money, risk on mentality, market should rise. Until Fed cuts, everyone is front running the market, and that is not what you want to do, because if the words out of Powell's mouth are different from what the market expects, you will see a very, very large correction. Very, very, very large correction. Just don't, whatever you do, make sure you're hedged. So I gave you guys the ETH situation because it's a little bit slower than Bitcoin. So you can look at Bitcoin and you can use ETH as trading following that trend trade, because the market cap is all unified. It's going to go up together, it's going to go down together kind of situation. Now, other than all this stuff, last 2 weeks we have been doing weird stuff with our relationship with Dixie, and that's because Japanese yen, China, they're all doing whatever they can to sell their dollar to hold their currency pegs. And that's affecting Dixie. But Dixie, and we can turn on our drawings for this real quick. There you go. The Dixie is still doing what I've been waiting for. I thought that we were going to hold this accumulation sideways and then go up, and then all this JPY and all this other stuff that occurred here, I couldn't have. The world is doing crazy stuff right now. All I know is that, hey, we're holding this 104 right now. In my opinion, and I will reiterate it, I think Dixie is in a very, very large uptrend. Here it is on a monthly. Okay, this is my monthly chart. I'm looking for 110 plus. I'm gonna tell you that I want this break broken as well. I'm looking for much, much higher levels. So when this occurs, there's gonna be issue with the rest of the markets. If Dixie goes up, Bitcoin ETH has an inverse relationship. Unless the government and the world decide to put Bitcoin into Forex basket, you know, as like uh, world currency. I don't know how you want to, you know, like the SDR. If it's in the basket, if it's actually gonna be considered currency, it's gonna be represented in Dixie as a certain percentage because of the forex traders. And once that occurs, then when Dixie does go up, Bitcoin should go up. Right now, we are deciding, is it inverse? Right now, it is inverse. But once it's not inverse, and we could use Bitcoin as a reserve asset and dollar as the currency reserve asset, and Trump does what he's doing, then Bitcoin and Dixie, the dollar index, should all uh, rise in um, correlation. No more inverse. It'll be, you know, 1 to 1. So that's something that, you know, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, that's your government and the world's governments and the ECB and all those central banks doing their thing, man. But I know they see this, you know. If you're a multi-billionaire and you have cash, you have gold, you have property, you have businesses, and you have crypto, right? Where are you going to keep your allocation knowing, you know, like in the entire world, what's the best currency you're going to stack your cash in? You know, like Buffett's got over 180 billion plus or whatever in dollar, right? In dollar. He's using those dollars and buying treasury notes, right? Like just the same thing all those tech companies did when interest rates were zero. They were basically getting free money to buy shares. Now that the interest rates are up, instead of buying back their shares, they're putting it into treasury notes and stuff. So they're making free money on money. When the interest rates get cut, they can rebuy their shares. Once their bonds mature, they can rebuy shares, depending on what the interest rate situation is at that time. So all this stuff, I'm glad you guys, if you guys stuck around to the end, you got the spiel. Aside from that, guys, if you are interested in trading with me live, feel free to join the Discord server. Link to the server is in the description video below, alongside all other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you guys so much. If you are now already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications, and leave me a comment and let me know how I'm doing below. If you have any other assets you want to look over, like stocks or crypto, let me know and I'll bring it up in the next video. And yeah, aside from that, guys, be safe. Be aware this week is going to be extremely volatile, but with volatility comes opportunity. So trade carefully, and yeah, don't over leverage. And not taking a trade is also a trade. So if you're not comfortable with the situation or the market's moving too fast, just take a break, wait, and then trade on the retest. Because there's multiple retests. Like use Ripple as an example. Anyone who wanted to get into a long on Ripple could have got in at any point in time. There's no rush. There's no rush. Even Bitcoin, even ETH, there's no rush on any of these things. Yes, it's going up, you know, 4 weeks in a row. The fifth week, it could come back down. And it's already showing you topping structure. Okay? This level over here, 72,000, we've come, and we're getting weaker as we're getting there. Okay? We're getting weaker. So, yeah, that's the gist. Aside from that, guys, have a great day, trade safe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Adios.